Alright, so I guess the last video I posted, I was working on this hoop house right here, and it's done. We've got our middle-aged chickens in here. We call them teenagers. So they're in here and they're happy, enjoying being outside. So this thing turned out pretty nice. It's these are 50-inch tall by 16 feet stock panels. I don't know, cattle panels, pig panels, whatever. They came from Tractor Supply, and there's 3 of them on here. And then, you know, all the 2x4s on the ground are treated. And it's just a framed out door, some 3/8 plywood, these little plumbing straps holding anywhere where this wire, this cattle panel is attached to wood, and then even the roosting bars, the plumbing strap is hooking them together. So it works really good. It's really sturdy. This is not a chicken tractor. This is a stationary unit. It would need some more reinforcement and some wheels to be a tractor, but it would make a decent tractor. But it was built to be a stationary unit, and I'm probably going to build some more of these. But anyhow, when I was loading these panels up at Tractor Supply, I had a guy approach me and asked me if I was looking for some more. And so I asked him what was up, and he's like, he's got some. He was going to scrap it out, and he would really like to see somebody use it instead, and told me to come check him out. And so I did, and this is what I got. This is everything that he had. And I got all of this wire, or whatever you want to call it, for less, about $20 less than the 3 panels that I bought for that. Now it's all used metal, but it's not hurt. It's a little rusty, some of it. But so we're going to either make some more hoop houses. I've even thought about doing a greenhouse, the same style, and just cover in plastic sheeting or whatever. So anyhow, I grabbed all this up because it was a deal, and it's halfway sorted. There's not a whole bunch of the 16-foot panels, but a lot of this came from a turkey house. So a lot of this is pins that's just wired or tied together, and they've got little doors and stuff in them. So I'm gonna sort through this and figure out, you know, what we got going on and what we can make out of it. But we'll utilize this, and then it didn't go to be turned into scrap metal going to China or whatever. So we've got our little coop here, and we're letting our chickens free range during the day while we're out here in the yard with them. I've been working pretty regular. Boots has been sick, and she's getting ready to go over the road, so she's been home doing some catch-up things. So one of the things that she did, I showed you, we had young chickens, like hatchlings, in the bedroom, along with the teenagers that we put in the hoop house. So these guys now are about a week and a half old, and so Boots decided to build a outdoor brooder box. And so this is what she came up with, and this is what she's built. And it's got tin roof on it. It's got a wire window in it, so these guys can kind of get accustomed to being around the bigger chickens. And the bottom's chicken wire, so they have access to to peg to the ground a little bit. And got a heat lamp in here. And so this is where they'll grow and stay until they get feathered out. And we've got little ankle bracelets on them because these birds are special breeds. There's Morans in here, there's Easter eggers in here, and there's 4 black Asherlorts, and then there's Americanas. So we wanted to keep, let me get away from this air conditioning unit, just cranked up and got all loud on me. So we wanted to keep, we're going to keep our heritage birds together. So we're going to have to build another coop setup and hen house to keep our heritage breeds separate, because we will lay and our chickens will lay eggs, and we will hatch or incubate them to raise or continue the line on the heritage breeds chickens. So this is a multifunction kind of operation that we've set up here. It's not just egg production, which is, you know, the way eggs went in the past year or whatever. That's a good thing. Plus, we picked good layer dual purpose birds, that meaning that they're either layers or they could be meat birds. And then we've got a selection of roosters and stuff to breed with our hens, and we probably have too many, so we'll pick the better roosters by breed and keep them, and then either sell or eat the ones that are extra. So that's kind of what the plan has been. And these guys are all free range, and these are happy birds. These are really happy birds, and we love these chickens. And so it's much better than, one, the eggs that you will get from these chickens will be much better than the eggs that you would buy from the grocery store. And see, they're over here. They're shopping. They're shopping and getting all kind of good stuff. What are you doing in there, Leghorn? And then we have a couple of ducks here. And then everything that's in this tractor here is meat birds, and we have some that are really close to being ready for the freezer. So, and these birds have been fed really good stuff. We've been soaking an assortment of feed and then supplementing it with a high protein feed. So these are gonna be really tasty birds, I believe. But kind of that's what we've been working on. So like I said, we soak, this is a mixture of oats and black sunflower seeds and cracked corn and scratch, and we let this soak for a day. And what does it plump up to volume wise compared to what it was to start with?
Not quite double, but
close to double its size. So it's really good for them, and it's filling for them. So we're kind of doubling our feed capacity for just letting it sit in water overnight. So, and then
the water,
plus they get the moisture content in the food. And so Boots had started this fodder setup, and it was a single small, each shelf was a single tray about 2/3 of the size of this one. And
you just put that in the barn, didn't you?
Yes, we just put that in the barn. And she decided that that system was really inadequate for the number of chickens that we have. And so she designed this setup on paper and constructed it all herself. And she's right now working on the automated watering on it. And what this is this is oats that was soaked and rinsed for a day before they were put in the trays. And then they'll, what is this, a week old?
Yeah.
So this is after a week. And so when they get a little bit bigger than this right here, we'll pull them out, and it's just it's like a welcome mat. The root system's grown all together, and we'll just, yeah, see, there you go, it's beautiful. And we'll throw it in the chicken pen, and the chickens
dirt.
will,
They eat everything.
and the chickens will eat it all. You'll throw it in the pen, and you'll go back a few hours later, and there'll be no evidence that it was ever there. And they love it, and it's really good for them. And so that's another thing that we're doing to kind of stretch out our feed budget. So pretty much that's what we got going on. Getting it close to where we want. Like I said, today we have been cleaning up the construction area. I'm getting ready to put the table saw up, and the wheelbarrow's full of scraps that we don't throw any of these out because we've used a lot of scraps in little different places. Little 2x4 blocks were used in the construction on the brooder box I just showed you, and then on the hoop house here I had used scrap 2x4 blocks to attach the plumbing strap to attach this 3/8 plywood to the end of the house there, so we don't let any pieces of wood go to waste. So now, for all my loyal subscribers that subscribed and started watching my channel for the mechanical content, and y'all that don't know, my primary occupation is owner operator, and I've got this old Kenworth. We call this guy Leroy, and he's dirty because he's been being worked hard. But Leroy had developed a skip last fall, and it has progressively gotten worse. I did a compression test and narrowed it down to, I think it's number one cylinder is down, like it was down when I did a compression test, 40 psi from the rest. But anyhow, I changed the oil the other day, and if you can't tell, the full mark, let's see, the full mark is right there, and it was full. Well, you can tell by it's got probably 2 gallons above full. Now I've run this truck less than 350 miles, so it has gained 2 gallons of oil in 350 miles. So what that means is diesel fuel is running past the rings and in the cylinder that's missing and filling the pan full. So what I've done is I've went and I've ordered an Inframe kit. So I've got the liners, pistons and rings for the cylinders, and bearings and rod bearings and main bearings for the crank to freshen the bottom end of this engine up. I was told when I bought the truck it had 250,000 miles on the Inframe, and then I've probably put at least 150,000 miles on it since I've had it. Okay, and in addition to the stuff for the block, I ordered an upgraded cylinder head, a brand new, this is a square port head. So I've ordered a brand new upgraded, they call it a stage 2 cylinder head, and this is a 3406 C model, early C model, which is almost identical to a B model cat, and it has the square exhaust ports on it. And so the upgraded head that I've ordered is a later C model head, which has round ports on it, and it runs the same exhaust manifold as a 3406E and a C15. And just a little bit of, if anybody cares, a 3406 A, B, and C has 2 valve covers, and 3406E and a C15 have 3 valve covers. Anyhow, so that's what's coming. We've got parts coming for this, and we're going to do an in-frame overhaul on this truck right here. It's not going anywhere anymore. After seeing how much diesel got in the oil, I am not running this truck anymore until I do the in-frame. So y'all stand by. That's what's coming up. That's what we've been doing. And if you stay tuned, if you like this content, let me know. If you're interested in any details on any of the stuff we've done, the hoop house, the chicken, the hen house, the chicken coop, the chicken tractor, Boots' fodder system, or anything else, comment. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll accommodate you. I've been busy, gonna be busy. It doesn't stop around here, but y'all hang tight and we'll show you as we go.